crafty friend, it's Justine Dvorak from Stationery by Justine, where when I craft, my world stands still. Today we're going to make two quick and easy, and they're so quick and easy because they are basically done for you. All you have to do is color sympathy cards. I don't know about you, but being the card maker in my friends and family groups, everybody asks for two kinds of cards, birthday and sympathy. So I always need sympathy cards on hand, and I'm going to make two very quickly, probably each one under 10 minutes. And that is with pretty simple coloring, but I am starting out with these two panels that already come like this. I did not touch them at all besides pull them out of the package, but they come from Pajama Crafter stamps. These are called flash cards. You can Copic color on them and you can toner foil with them. This package happens to be the one that is called Christian. There are other packs that are available on the website, so if this package doesn't catch your fancy, there are other ones such as Christmas, winter, Halloween, 4th of July, graduation. There's all sorts of ones. There's a cute penguin one. There is a fall one. I think that is all I can remember at this very moment, but there's lots of options. So we'll link this one down in the description for you from Pajama Crafter Stamps, and that will be an affiliate link. So if you use it, thank you very much for supporting me and for supporting a small business. And it's a great one to support that Pajama Crafter Stamps. Well, I'm going to start with this card. This is a calla lily. Say that 5 times fast. And I'm just going to start with a dark green. It's actually kind of a mid green. This is one of my favorite greens. And if I remember correctly, this is Joy, one of the owners of Pajama Crafter Stamps. I'm pretty sure this is one of her favorite Copic markers. And I'm just following the lines that were already here on the flower and just adding a little bit of dark color here to the bottom part of the leaf, and then dragging it up through the center of the leaf and just following the line. I think the hardest part about making a card like this is just staying in the lines. But you could have a sympathy card made in 10 minutes if you were really in a pinch. I think I'm going to extend the green up just a little bit more on the stem, and maybe a little bit at the base of the flower. Just about there. Then I'm going to take my lighter green and fill in all the rest of the areas that have not been colored yet for green. The nice thing about this paper is it's very Copic friendly. It does not react strangely with alcohol markers. Sometimes foilable papers can be a little bit testy with Copic markers. And this paper is a very high quality and it works very well with the Copic markers. Then I'm just going to take my marker and I'm just going to blend. I am not a Copic marker expert at all, but I do find that this helps give a decent blend that I'm satisfied with. Great. Now all I have to do for this calla lily is add a little bit of some yellow to the center. I'm going to use this pale sepia. It's a yellow red, aka orange, just a little. And then this golden yellow to the top part. I'm not sure if my microphone is picking it up, but my neighbor has decided to use a chainsaw. So my apologies if that is audible and bothersome. I'm going to take a little bit of cool gray and just go underneath where there are shadows, and then throughout the flower where it has the lines. very subtly adding just a little bit of this cool gray. And that is it. All I have to do now is add this to a card base. If you are in a pinch, I will go ahead and add some embellishments though, because I do think a little bit of embellishment is always a lovely thing to do for cards. I'm going to do the same thing on this. This is a Lily of the Valley. I was slightly biased when I helped make this flashcard pack because lilies of the valley were one of my grandmother's favorite flowers, and she had them all over her yard. And calla lilies are one of my aunt's favorite flowers. So I am assuming that this card will probably go to my aunt at some point to either use for her own needs or as a sympathy card. Maybe they'll both go to her. Like I said, everyone tends to ask for sympathy cards in my life. It's something that everybody wants. Birthday and sympathy. Let me know if you can relate to that in the comments. Another one that people ask for often, but they don't always know how to quite do it, is retirement cards, which I think is wonderful. It's always good to celebrate a job well done by someone able to retire. Let me know what your favorite flower is down in the comments. I would love to say that my favorite flower is turning into a bit of a tie. I adore sunflowers, so I think it would be a tie between sunflowers and the Lincoln Rose. If you don't know what the Lincoln Rose is, if you just Google it, you should be able to find it rather easily. But Lincoln Rose, again, I don't know, maybe it's just these flowers are tied to my family members that I love. But the Lincoln Rose was a rose that my grandfather on my dad's side used to have at the family cabin where we would go in the summer, and he would take care of them. And I just always remember being outside with my grandma and grandpa, and he would take care of his roses, and we'd paint the dock because we had a wooden dock, and it was just lovely memories. So the Lincoln Rose and the sunflower are my two favorite flowers. I just feel like when you look at a sunflower, it's very hard not to smile. And I need a little bit of that in my life every once in a while. Okay, now the illustration on this flower is very detailed, and I basically don't have to do very much to make these lilies of the valley shine. So again, I'm just doing green, yellow, and a little bit of cool gray. 5 markers, that is it. Can you believe it? You better believe it. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit of some sequins. Actually, I think I'm going to use flat dimensional dots. Oh, are those too cream? Maybe black? I don't know. Black seems a little bit of a downer. I mean, it is a sympathy card, but I don't want it to be too much of a downer for a card. Usually when you're giving someone a sympathy card, it's kind of like to cheer them up. You know, I think this calls for some glossy accents. Just some clear dots. And anytime I use glossy accents, I like to kind of let it bubble out first and let it get down to the tip. And then I just keep the pressure on the bottle. And I don't want any Hershey kisses, so I make my blob and then I do a little circular motion. And that's that. Oh, these are going to look very dramatic. This is going to look like little teardrops, I think. That might be a little dramatic for what I was going for. Or maybe some dew on the flowers. I don't know. I think I will add a little bit of some glossy accents to the flowers. Nothing too crazy. But why not? That's the fun part about these flashcards, is you can really make them however you want. I just filmed a video that has already gone up when this video will go up, that I took these flashcard panels and I used some distress spritz on them, and it's held up so well. So like I said, these flashcards are so versatile, and I think they're such a great value. This whole pack I think is $8.99. That's amazing. So let me know what you think about this style of card making. It's very clean and simple. It is so easy, very beginner friendly, and sometimes you just want to color and you don't want to pull out your stamps. You don't want to have to design anything. It's done for you. All I will need to do is add a card base to this. Another way to bump up the wow factor on these cards would be to cut off a little bit of the border, or even use a border die from your stash, and then layer it on top of a solid cardstock, or make your own style of background, and then put it on a card base. Easy as can be. Let me know which one you like better in the comments. I think if I had to decide, I would choose this one because I do love the font, and I love I love both of the sentiments, but I think the Calla Lily wins for me this time. Anyway, let me know what you think about this down in the comments, and we'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching, my crafty friend.